Hey guys, how's it going? This is Deadly, and today I got some DayZ news for you guys coming out of the status report that was just released on September 13th on the DayZ development board. This is an update on how 0.61 has been coming along, and for the most part, what my last video entitled discussing 0.60, pretty much nothing has changed other than the potential for more network synchronization improvements and a new server browser because, as Hicks said, a lot of people have been complaining about frame drops and client unresponsiveness on the legacy server browser, and they want to push the new server browser sooner rather than later. However, it's only a first iteration of the build, and some functionality will not be present or working entirely. So this should be probably coming or to be expected for 0.61. Obviously, dynamic shadows is another staple that they've been really focusing on as a feature for 0.61, but isn't quite ready to go yet. So for the most part, things are sort of moving forward as normal. So there's not a whole lot of new information from the dev blog. However, there was a lot of new images added to the Trello. So we're going to be covering some of those today. First things first, we have new geometries of a 4-door hatchback. This is not the same hatchback that is currently in the game. This is a brand new hatchback with different interiors that are still waiting to be textured. And I'm assuming this vehicle is going to have a long way to go. And this is the first iteration of this build. Probably not even functioning in-game just yet, but this is still exciting to see for all you vehicle guys. There's a lot of people in the DayZ community who complain that there simply isn't enough vehicles, but with all the new images that were released over the last couple of weeks, it is clear that there's been a big emphasis on including a lot more vehicles to the game. We also have our first geometry of the Alice pack. Now, if you guys played DayZ mod, the Alice pack was probably one of the most iconic backpacks in that entire game, and it will be coming to DayZ standalone down the road. We also have what appears to be the first iteration of building decay, specifically vines and growth on double red and double green buildings. This is going to be an interesting idea. We haven't really seen a write-up about these ivy and vines, whether or not some buildings will have them, some won't, or it'll be more dynamic, so every single time that the server restarts, different buildings will have different decay. Still unsure, but it looks really cool, so excited for this as well, because Chernarus looks a little bit too fresh, if you know what I mean. I'm looking forward to some more building decay across all the buildings in Chernarus. That would be awesome. Or just different states, so some buildings will be like pristine, and then other ones will be badly damaged. Not kind of like the gear, but I know it would be very difficult to implement. Next, we have probably, in my opinion, the most exciting iteration to the Trello, and that is random loot spawning on zombies. We already have random loot spawning inside of clothing in cities, but I think that's a little bit too high. But the ability to kill zombies and loot them for supplies would also add a massive new change to the game and how it's played. A lot of the times you avoid zombies, but if you could kill some zombies, maybe some hunting zombies, and actually get a chance of getting 308 from that, that would change the game immensely. Or killing police Zeds to try to get a pistol or some 9mm or something along those lines. I am still a believer that you should have to use the disinfectant spray after you take loot off of a zombie corpse to give more value to the disinfectant spray. Almost adding an additional state that's not damaged or worn, but something that just says infected. It would make the disinfectant spray have a huge value in the game, more so than it does already. We also have a closer up high resolution image of the wolf texture. Nothing that we haven't already really seen, so it's not that new, but it is nice to see the detail up close. We also have an additional update and photo of the dynamic lighting and shadows that will be added to the game. It's going to be awesome to see how that looks inside of cities. As you can see in this picture right here, you can see the guy standing at a doorway and the light is just peeking through. So maybe you can actually get into an apartment building with all the windows barricaded, and you can have a fire inside of that building without a whole lot of light escaping. Be an interesting concept, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this added to the game. Okay guys, and the crown jewel of this Trello update has to be the confirmation and the geometry for the CZ550. Now the CZ550, for all you DayZ veterans, you guys know what it is. It's one of the most beloved weapons in the DayZ mod. It was the common hunting rifle that you found inside of barns. It also featured a hunting scope with a chevron optic, and it was personally one of my go-to weapons in the mod. I specifically designed loot runs to hit up as many barn complexes as possible to try to find this thing. And in the mod, it was fitted with a chevron chevron optic. Now obviously in DayZ standalone things are going to be a little bit different. You're gonna have to find the weapon itself and then put the hunting scope or long range scope or whatever optic they'll have available at the time on that weapon. But the caliber remains to be seen. I don't know exactly what CZ550 this will be. Who knows, they might even add the 30-06 version, which would be awesome, making it the most powerful sniper rifle in the game. It's available on the wiki, 2.43 Winchester. Probably not going to be seeing it in that caliber. 308, which is honestly probably the caliber we're going to be seeing it in. It can also be fitted for 7x64mm, and of course, like I said before, 30-06. That sums up the most important information out of the status report on September 13th. I highly recommend that you go to the link in the description box below that will take you to the status report and also to the Trello. Make sure that you guys give it a read. I didn't include all of the information in the status report, just the information that I felt was the most important. And you guys can also check out more awesome DayZ updates and information inside of the Trello itself. I know that there were some interesting things with the new player animations and also the player controller that were updated for statuses on the Trello. No images or more information about it, but it's just nice to see that they are working on it. Anyways guys, if you are new to the YouTube channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button below this video. It will let you know whenever I make a new one, which is every single day at 7:30 a.m. in the morning. You come to my channel, a new video is going to be there, and you guys can also watch my daily live streams every single morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. A link to that is in the description box below.